Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We have a great webinar today. We are going to talk about the Marketplace widget, which is one of the most important widgets available in the Site Manager. So we're excited about that. First, some logistics before we get started. If anybody has any questions or comments during the webinar, just post them into the chat, and we will stop periodically to answer questions. Especially at the end of the webinar, we'll have time to answer any questions about this topic or anything else. So don't hesitate to post into the chat there. Also, there will be a recording available of the webinar posted to eDirectory.com in the blog section, usually within 24 hours or so of the webinar. Usually by tomorrow morning it's up. So great. Well, thanks for joining us. And I'm James. I'm the founder of the company. And with us today we have Emerson and Gabriel from our marketing team. Hi guys, how are you?
Hello, James. Doing fine, and you?
Hello, everybody.
Doing great. And for anybody that's new here, just a quick little background on the eDirectory platform. It is the platform that we sell. It is a platform for building online directory style websites and mobile apps, online guides, essentially. It's used for all sorts of different industries and purposes, from local search, vendor directories, lead generation directories, anything really you can possibly imagine. You can configure the listing templates and everything. Listings are claimable, lots of great features there. It is highly customizable without doing any code. You can go into the site manager and drag around the interfaces via widgets, change the style, the colors, et cetera, et cetera. Also, we do have a version with source code available if you do want to do deeper edits or integrations with legacy systems, third-party systems, et cetera. And we have native mobile apps available as well. This is a big differentiator for the platform. You can submit these apps into the App Store. You get your own account on the iPhone, on Apple's App Store, as well as Google's App Store. And you can submit the apps with your branding and logo and everything like that to it. And if you want to learn more, just visit eDirectory.com and you can sign up to get a personal demo with an account manager to show you how the system works. So great, the Marketplace widget. At the core of eDirectory, there is a listing, which is something about a business or whatever your directory is featuring. And there is a rich listing page, the listing detail page, that has the essential information about the listing. You know, if it's a restaurant, it might have photos, menu, description, all sorts of other information potentially. Unique content, also user-generated content, which is essentially the ratings and reviews for that. So one of the great features of eDirectory is you can configure the listing template via the template editor. You can configure the fields and how things are laid out within that listing. And we're going to show you all this live here in a second on the system. And so you can configure everything with the listing template editor, custom fields, additional features. You can change the design. You can create multiple tabs in the listing. And there's numerous widgets to do that. And one of the most important ones that we're going to talk about today is the Marketplace widget. And first, what is a marketplace? Essentially, a marketplace is a way where the listing owner can offer products and services themselves. And just to talk very quickly about the difference between a directory and a marketplace. So a directory will show businesses, et cetera, but it may not have ability for people to go in and actually sell things or offer their services. And so that's what this widget brings to the table. With the marketplace, there are some differences there. Obviously, it's more complex sort of getting a marketplace going where you have a lot of sellers and a lot of buyers and bringing those together. Essentially, when you're trying to promote, you have to promote to both. Also, you got to be careful about the laws and liabilities around it. Somebody on, some sponsor is offering things through the directory that they're either not selling or whatever. What's your liability there? But marketplaces are a great feature and can drive a lot of traffic and generate revenue. So we've created this marketplace widget that is essentially a lightweight way for listing owners to offer products and services. So an example, maybe, you have a restaurant that wants to offer some items for delivery or takeout through the website, a store that may want to offer some, some different items. This little screenshot we have on the right is offering some shoes for that. Also, it can be services. If you have, say a hair salon, they can offer, different packages that somebody may be able to pre-buy. You can also put up links to schedule an appointment and do those type of things with it as well. So really, whatever you want to offer, the listing owner can offer direct through that and set up the widget and configure it. So essentially the widget has an image and a description and a price potentially, as well as links to more details and a call to action to buy where they check out. Each one of the items has its own ability to put in a link that goes to purchase or payment or whatever call to action. That link goes directly to the listing owner's own payment gateway, their own system, their own checkout system. So if they have, an online store somewhere else, they can, put in the different items here and then link to that. If this is really their only online store, then what they can do is like create a little link with a Stripe checkout button or a PayPal button where they just go right away to pay them right there. So it's very convenient and it keeps you sort of away from some of the liabilities and some of the other things related to that. I know this description is a lot right now, and so we're going to I'm going to turn it over to Emerson right now. Let me look at the questions real quick, but I'll turn it over to Emerson, and he's going to do screen share and really show you the details of this. Do you have anything you want to add at this point? Let me look through the questions real quick. Is there anything at this point, Emerson or Gabriel?
No, I guess that's it.
Okay, great. Okay, great. I'll just turn it over to Emerson right now, and it looks like I can pick these questions up as we go here. I think as Emerson's going, we'll see the questions. So go ahead, Emerson. Let me stop the
Okay,
share.
let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen here?
Yes, great.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to add to the website. Let's start with the dashboard for the site manager. The listing template editor is available inside here. Contents, then we go to listings. And then we have the listing templates. So the Marketplace widget, it's a widget for the listing template editor. Let's not make any confusion with the page editor and its own widgets. It's for the listing detail page. So here we can build several listing templates, one for each category, or you can build just one for the whole website if you want to make it simple and add all the widgets possible according to your project, of course. And now I'm going to edit this one because I have a sample listing already filled in. So I will use this template to show you the Marketplace widget. This is one that we created for a restaurant type of listing. As we scroll down, we're going to see here. This is the main page of the listing template editor where you can add and modify, reorganize the widgets as you want. You can drag and drop widgets. It's very simple to use. You can organize it through tabs if you want to, if it makes sense for your project. And also here you can create the custom fields too. So this is what we call the Marketplace widget. The name inside the project is product and services. It's very simple to add. You can add a few on the listing detail page. So we have that. Products and services. Okay, it's already added. So let me add it to one just so you can see. For the site owner perspective, it's very, very simple to add that on the listing template. You just have to place the widget here, pick up a name for the entry form so the listing owner will know what they have to fill in, where it is the place where they will add the products or services. Then you have to pick one label for the widget. You can be the marketplace, your stall, your products, services, offers, deals, whatever you want to call it. And the label for the button. That is one label for all buttons available. Because when you configure the website according to the different listing levels, you can select that the free listing won't have any possibility to list products and services, but the premium and the diamond listing can list 20 items, for example. So you can use this here. So the system will automatically create more slots for these products according to the listing level. So that's why we have just one label for the purchase button.
And let me just jump in because there are a couple questions coming through the chat, and we'll go through all these in detail, all the questions later. But basically, the process here is the site owner you sets up an area in the detail listing page for listing owners to have a marketplace or sell products and services, a little block there. And then the listing owners themselves come in and add the actual individual products that they're selling. So you can create it and set it all up, and then they go in and add their own products for that. I hope that makes it a little bit more clear.
Okay, perfect. So when you create the widget, just save the changes. And then we can see on the front end, let me pick up a listen here using these. Okay, we have it here. So let me show you first the front end. Okay, this is a listing created with the Marketplace widgets. This is just an additional image. We have a CTA button, and here we have the label that I showed a few minutes before. And that's how it looks on the front end. People can click on more details to read the description. You can add up to 5 photos to each item. They have the button here. Let me get here. So it's a very, very simple and effective widget to display products and services. When they are adding the information, let me here, as I'm logged in as site manager, I can edit this item very quickly. So let me show you how it looks for the advertiser perspective. We have here, it's organized in a tab, so this listen owner has some easy to locate and edit items. So now we have 3 different ways to fill in the information: with price, without price, and just some text here, and no text, no price. So let me show you how it works. I'm gonna click here to edit the products. Okay, so they will choose a name, a price, or no price, or just contact us for specials, etc., a description. And here's the link for the purchase button. As James mentioned, you can use the listener owner can use their own checkout system or a purchase link or any other link that drives traffic to his website or another platform, and up to 5 images to each item he adds to the marketplace. So it's very, very simple to use, but very, very effective as well. Once they fill in, just save the changes, and they will see that on the front end. That's very simple but effective. And you can also use this widget on the sidebar if you want to save some space or add this in a specific tab for the listing detail page. It's a matter of designing the template for this category. James, I guess that's it I have to show. Anything
Okay,
else I
great. Let me,
can
yeah, let me
help
just
here?
run down these questions here from the top. And I think if anybody has questions, it sounds like there's still maybe some questions about, how it's configured and whether there's a shopping cart and all that sort of thing. So let me just run down the chat here. Um, First question from Ronnie Carlton. I paid my app submission years ago. Can I still use it? I didn't see the expiration date on it. Yeah, reach out to our support team. We'll see what we can do for you. I know you're an old client, and we'll see if we can take care of you there. Ron, is about the app submission. So that's kind of off topic from the marketplace. But next question. Comment, I like the new layout. Love to review my site from Michael. Okay, thanks. Yeah, we can note it and have somebody review with you. So we'll note that. Next question from Ronald Thomas. I suppose the feature is not available on the app and only on the website for the directory. I believe we do have this on the app, don't we, Emerson? The Marketplace widget is available on the app as well.
It is available
It
on
is available
the
on the
newest
app as
version.
well.
It is available.
Yep. So every listing can have their own marketplace. If so, how will they show to directory site visitors? Yeah, so every listing has their own little, product and services area where they can offer their own stuff, they can configure their own stuff, etc. And it shows up right on the detail listing page, either on the main page or in a tab, depending on how you configure it. Next question. If they are technically challenged, who helps them building the marketplace? So it's a lot easier for the sponsors, the listing owners to configure it. Basically, you just need to upload, a description of the different items, product, and then a payment link. However, if they are having trouble, that would be something that you, as the site owner, would help them with and help them configure. You could help them put in their products or explain to them how to set up a PayPal button to collect payment, etc. Next question, please share the limit on the number of products. Emerson, do you know what the number of products that we can offer through this widget is?
Right now it's 20.
It's 20, but I think you could create multiple widgets, right? If you did want to do more of them, is that correct?
Yes, you can stack another one just below
You
it.
can stack other ones there. So, and this, this is actually just supposed to be a very light way to offer a few products and services. If people really need a full store with inventory management and all that other stuff, probably you would want to integrate some shopping cart system or something like that. And our custom dev team could help with that, or you could link to Shopify. Or there's a lot of different ways to do it depending. What this widget is for is a really lightweight way to give listing owners options to sort of sell their top products and drive some traffic. So, does the marketplace allow for recurring subscription sales? For example, we sell a coaching program, either annually, monthly billing. Yes, you could do that, but the checkout, when they pay, that system on the backside would be the one that would actually process the recurring and deal with that. So I think PayPal has a way to create subscriptions where you can create a link that goes over to PayPal and charges regular subscription. I suspect Stripe Payment Gateway does as well. I know there's other ways to do that. So if you're having trouble figuring out how to do that, let us know. But certainly there is a way to get that done. And then Gabriel mentioned in the chat that there is a dedicated blog post to the Marketplace widget as well. Just eDirectory.com, and you can go on there and see that widget. Next question from Michael. So each listing owner has to or can add the widget. So there is a cart feature. So there actually, it's interesting because there is a way to sort of check out and go to an external cart, but there isn't a cart on the system. It's a very lightweight widget. So they click and then they go to pay or go to checkout or go to some external cart for that. Is how that's done. And I think when you see it, if you want to look through the demo or reach out, we can walk you through it in more detail if there's still any question about how that works. Is there a way to aggregate marketplace items across the whole site, say by category, like a directory view of marketplace items? That's a good question. That's an interesting question, actually. Probably there's two ways that could potentially be done. I mean, it sounds like maybe you need a little bit of a heavier shopping cart marketplace system integrated, and there's some other systems that can be done for that. Or there may be some custom coding that could be done depending. It really depends on what you're trying to do and how you want the layout to look and all of that. But out of the box, we don't have a feature that aggregates all the listing items and puts them in a central place by category. So that isn't something we have, but it is an interesting idea that certainly all we'll think about, I guess, with our product team for that. So thanks for the comment there, Bill. And let's see, another comment from Michael, up to 20 products per widget. I see two sets of fees offering cart service or smaller businesses. Can I see an example of that setup? And then the email. Yeah, we'll reach out to you and go through it, Michael, and we'll have somebody go through it with you and just show what the different opportunities and possibilities are for the widget. Yeah, so I think that's all the questions that came in so far. So if anybody, we have another one come in. From Justin, I purchased eDirectory source code. Does it mean I have the rights to hire someone to do custom work and change my own layout? Yes, absolutely. That's why we do the source code offering. And so you can have somebody else do it if you don't want to use we have a custom development team as well, but certainly lots of people have their own team and their own developers that they're comfortable with. The system is a PHP stack, so it's pretty easy to edit, PHP, CSS. The database is a MySQL database and Elasticsearch to do the searching and filtering there. So yeah, absolutely, you can do that. Also, there's an option in the site manager where you can override CSS. So you can just, without actually editing the code, you can paste in different CSS tags to do small sort of style changes and overwrite that through there in the site manager under the layout section as well. So great. Let's see. Yeah, so I think this widget's actually pretty powerful for people to, give the listing owners a quick way to reach out and offer a few services and draw them into a larger shopping cart or a larger site or et cetera. It's pretty good at driving traffic. Do you have any more comments, any thoughts, anything to add here, Emerson or Gabriel?
James, just one thing about the SEO for the pages, as the more content, relevant content we add on the listing detail page, the best is for the site itself and for SEO. So it helps on this part as well, on marketing, having very rich listing detail pages.
Okay, yeah, that is a really important feature. Really, these directory sites, they're actually pretty successful about sort of generating organic traffic, and really it goes down to the content at the end of the day. So the more information, more quality content, detailed product listings with unique photos and unique descriptions is really helpful for driving traffic there. Well, great. So it looks like that's it for the questions. So if anybody has any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out to our support team, reach out to an account manager if you want a private demo. Happy to accommodate you with that. Also, we have another webinar. Do you know what the next webinar is coming up in 2 weeks, Emerson? If you guys want to come back, we'll have another webinar coming up. I think you're on mute there.
Yeah, on 31st, we will have a
31st.
webinar about create custom pages for locations and categories. So it's another good one, another hands-on, so you can see how to create pages and tweak these pages for SEO reasons when it comes to location and category.
Okay. Okay, well, great. So thanks everybody for joining us today. Good luck. Keep building that content and adding listings. Really, that is the secret to making sure your directories gain strength. Oh, did we have a last? We had a last question come in. Let me answer this from Hanan Wilson. Do you offer or plan to offer a feature that would allow visitors to manage products through the admin area not relying on a third party. So with this marketplace widget, they can actually do that, but it's pretty limited in terms of they can have, small sets of, 20 products per widget. But basically, the listing owners can manage their own products through this thing, but it's a very lightweight way to manage it, where you have a photo and description, price, etc. If you need something else, I think it's probably going to be a third-party type of system for, managing products and scale and that type of thing for that. But if you want to reach out to us, let us know, and you can explain more about what you're trying to do. We're happy to sign an NDA or anything like that. We may be able to direct you to some other options or help you find a way to get there.
James,
Yeah.
Depending on her goals, using the classified module to manage products, so they can be also associated to the listing detail page if published by the same listing owner. So it's another way with a bit more features on that module. So can be used.
So I guess there's a lot of ways to think about your data structure. And that's a great comment, Emerson, is we have a classifieds module that potentially could be used to put products in the classifieds module. Also, potentially you could create a listing template for a product. So you have a regular listing, which is like a business, and then a product listing. And then within the product listing, some different options there as well. So there's lots of different ways to configure things according to what you're trying to do. So let me see. We had one more comment come in. I joined a year ago to the day. Best thing ever. My directory is growing all the time. So thank you for creating this. Oh, well, no, that's great. And great job. Adding content is the key to it. So if you keep building, you'll find the visitors and everything sort of continues and grows. Fantastic. Another question, can the eDirectory app in general randomly display paid advertisements? So yeah, we do have, the mobile app we have a banner system built into eDirectory that works on both the website version as well as the native mobile app version. So there are ways to configure it to display ads within the mobile app as well as on the website. So there is a banner system in there. If you're wondering how that works, just reach out to our support team or your account manager, and we're happy to give you a tour of that feature. So the marketplace might better be described as featured products and services. Yes, I think that's exactly right. And maybe there was a little confusion. Actually, I realized the confusion with this webinar is, so the marketplace is sort of the big site that has a whole bunch of different businesses and their different products and services. The big overall thing is the marketplace. And then the actual widget is featured products and services for individual businesses. I think that's the perfect sort of characterization of it. Okay, well, great, everybody. So if that's it, last call for questions here. And if there's no more, if you do have questions later, don't hesitate to reach out. You can do we post our contact info in the chat? I think we typically do that. Oh yeah, we did. Great. Thanks, Gabriel, for doing that earlier. You can send us an email at marketing@edirectory.com. I'll get it and send you a response if you have any more questions later. And thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks, guys.